Welcome, my Capricorns, to your monthly zodiac sign reading for the month of May. I'm Christine. If this is your first time here, comment down below, introduce yourself. I love getting to know everyone. And if you're returning, it's really great to see you all. We are going to look at what this month, March, has in store for you. Remember, my readings are timeless. I simply add the dates just for organizational purposes. So let's take a look and see what you all need to know. Okay. We got the Emperor, Aries energy. Four of Wands, fire, Aries, Leo, Sag. We got 10 of Coins. This is Earth. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Also known as Pentacles. We got the Death card, Scorpio. And then we got Queen of Coins, Taurus energy, Earth, as well, Virgo, Capricorn. Whoa, I'm getting immediately, sorry, I heard my dog chewing. I'm getting an immediate like reclaiming of power here. So with the Emperor and the Four of Wands, I feel like there's an empowerment surge happening. I almost got the image of getting like currents, electrical currents, and charging yourself up, which of course, if we were to do that, we would probably get electrocuted. But there's a sense of empowerment that I'm feeling here in relationships. I feel like in life in general. I feel like in your commitments to other people. I'm getting a lot of relationship energy here. There's a sense of empowerment in your role and how you present yourself with people. It's like almost a sense of individuation, maintaining your sense of self, maintaining your sense of independence, while also garnering interdependence in your connections. I just get a huge level of maturity, of growth, soul development. For those of you that have been really wanting to connect with other people, calling in your soul mates. When I say that, I mean people that you really want to grow with, see a longevity with, right? You want to grow old with. It can be any type of relationship, romantic or platonic. I'm getting all different types of relationships here. I'm sensing like a step up. It's almost like when you've come to the point of having done a lot of work, and perhaps my Caps, it'll be about like a year and a half or so until Pluto finally leaves Capricorn. Until then, it's swapping back and forth with Aquarius. But I know for Caps, there's been a lot, and anyone with major Capricorn placements, it's affected everyone though, collectively. There may have been massive shifts, particularly when it comes to areas relating to your home and work and career, very generally speaking. But I feel like a renewal here, an extreme level of emotional development and maturity, like you've grown up in a sense. And you can be an adult, but I'm not saying that in an offensive way. There's a level of awareness that I feel like you've all reached in your relationships, because I sense a coming together, I sense compromise, I sense stability. Got tons of Taurus energy here, tons of Taurus energy, and I haven't even done the Taurus reading yet at the time of this filming. But I feel like many of you are coming together with people that match your energy and in terms of your vision of what you want in relationships. For some, this could be about contracts, marriages, partnerships. Could be work, business contracts as well, and friendships. Like I said, it's gonna connect to all different types of relationships. Your value has gone up. I feel like many of you have really reclaimed your own source of power, your sense of worth. There's like a fine, I keep getting lines, like a fine line of clarity coming in here, where you've been able to really see yourself in a more pronounced way in the relationships that you're in, that you didn't or haven't before. And it's almost recognizing who you are without losing yourself in relationships. There's a steadfast, firm connection here. And I say this because we have 10 of coins here, which is earth. And again, I feel like for those of you right now on your path, you may be letting go of people that don't align with you in similar values, or where you're not feeling like it could grow. Because here, I'm just sensing a lot of growth in the connections that you're in. I'm getting a lot of people energy from you. So again, relationships. Many of you are focused on building your tribe, your community, your sense of support, family, whether blood or something that you've created yourself. And I'm seeing a slow and steady foundational commitment towards this. This is reminding me of Juno ingressing into Taurus energy. Again, even though that touches upon more of the marriage partnership aspect, I feel like this is the lens in which you're viewing all your relationships. So my Capricorns, I feel like some of you, similar to Virgo, because they got a relationship, huge focus on relationships, where you're really looking for those that are going to be there for you in the long run, not people that are just going to be there for the short term or for superficial reasons. Many of you are looking to really build with others, to grow, to get to know people. Okay, I'm going to see how I can hold this. We got the Death card, Scorpio energy, and again, to me, this just speaks of the way that you've done and are doing your relationships. There's been a complete, that's my dog, my wiener dog, dropping a bone. To me, there's been a complete transformation in your outlook and your mindset when it comes to relationships. Again, many of you are focused on, there's a huge energy of maturation here, longevity, stability. There's a sense of wanting to commit with others. It's almost like for life, that type of energy where you're not looking for people just to hang out with or people to be around with just because they're around your energy or they're available. You want people that really get you, that support you, that have your back. And I feel like, again, this had to do with the major transformation in your value system. A lot of you, as soon as you can say it's akin to like a glow up, but this is a deep ass glow up, a deep ass spiritual glow up, inside out glow up, not outside in. Many of you have really, really shifted your values, have been doing a lot of deep work, have been doing your own inner work, and it's reflected and is reflecting to others, to the external, your value. Even though I firmly believe we don't have a price or an attachment, but this is simply to metaphorically signify like, look, I know my value and I know who I'm going to share my time, energy, and resources with. And I feel like it's almost like a death to who you were, perhaps what you put up with, perhaps the person you used to be. Many of you may have healed from different elements of inauthenticity, like not being your true self around people just to connect with others or hoping to connect with others, perhaps elements of people pleasing as well. There's a sense here of authenticity coming through. So some of you, again, sometimes when we really want to connect with others and we want friendship or any type of relationship, I'm just using friendship here to keep it simple, but sometimes we pretend or we act a certain way to fit in, to make ourselves feel like we can be a part of something, when in reality we're like, no, this isn't me. So again, it doesn't mean that you're old, however you define it. It doesn't mean that you're going to be connecting just with older adults. I feel like this is all ages, folks from a diverse group of backgrounds. This is simply in your development as a soul. You've really leveled up in your values, and that has reflected in the people that you allow into your life, the people that you allow into your bubble and your energetic sphere, and who you're willing to allow to consume your time and energy, and vice versa. Some of you are going to be getting, I feel, married. There's a seriousness, even though we have the Emperor here, which is Aries, and Aries is ruled by Pluto and also Mars. And so, but I'm getting Saturn. I keep getting Saturn here, even though we clearly don't see Saturn. You're just more serious. I feel like many of you are taking on a very more serious approach to relationships. It's like you're not cutting corners. You're not willing to waste your time with people that just want to play around. You're looking for committed relationships all around in different areas of your life. You're looking to build. That's what I want to say. Some of you are getting married. Many of you have gotten serious about settling down and taking your romantic partnerships in particular to the next level. To me, especially with the 10 of Coins, this speaks of commitment, longevity. Again, take a look at where Juno is transiting in your chart right now, or where it is located natally, because right now it is transiting through Taurus this week. And so this may be at the forefront for you all, thinking about, okay, who do I want in my life for the long term? Who do I see investing in? Because I feel like for many of you, and in general for a lot of folks, relationships are an investment, especially as you adult, as you become an adult, right? And you start adulting. It's not like when you're young and you have fewer responsibilities. Many of you, I feel, are really focusing in and harnessing in, okay, I've got time, energy, and money and other resources, and maybe it's a certain amount or whatever, but where do I want to invest in? It's not about price either. It's simply about making sure that you invest in people that also invest in you. Huge glow up here. Let's take a look and see what other messages the universe has for you at this time. Oh, it turned over. We got full moon in Virgo. Take inspired action. Is it okay? So interestingly, at the time of this filming, we are 1 day away from the full moon in Virgo, which is really about releasing and getting focused on what it is that we may need to update in our day-to-day life, in our day-to-day routine. With Capricorn, I'm trying to think where it's happening in your house. I know for Libras, it's in the 12th. And then for Scorpios, it's in the 1st. Sagittarius in the 2nd. 3rd house for Capricorns. So this will be about knowledge, communication, dissemination of learning, teaching. It could be about local travel as well. Some of you may be wanting to learn something new. I feel like there's a need here of community, collectively. Some of you locally may be wanting to engage and learn more about your communities this month. Perhaps join courses, workshops, events, local events, rec center type events, or any type of clubhouse events to get to know other people. There's a strong emphasis here on building with others, whether it's building a marriage, building a friendship, a community. So some of you may be feeling inspired to put yourself out there and talk to new people, especially since the full moon in Virgo is happening in your 3rd house. And I'm using whole sign system for FYI, I should say. And so go out. This also relates to siblings, aunts, uncles, neighbors. Some of you may end up connecting with like-minded folks in your vicinity and creating long-lasting networks. So you may want to get out this week and into this month, and you may surprise yourself and see who you connect with, and maybe people may be closer than you realize. Okay. What other messages does the universe have? These are falling. Usually it takes me forever. We have a 41, which reduces to a 5, get up. No matter how far we have fallen, we must try again. All is not lost until we get up. Excuse me, until we give up. This almost seems a little bit counter to your reading, but some of you may have had experiences, negative experiences with people in relationships that have caused you to close off, that perhaps have made you exhausted, tired, defeated, wounded. Maybe you don't want to invest in other people. It's beyond a hermit energy. It's almost like taking a purposeful solitude energy to protect yourself. So this is more of a protective mechanism. Some of you may just simply be exhausted. Perhaps you have experienced people that did not treat you the way that you wanted to. And so you're being encouraged in March to open up a little bit. Again, we have here inspired action. Some of you, it may benefit you to do a little bit of a cleanup and see what it is that you really want to pursue in terms of personal enjoyment, maybe learning. I get a lot of communicating, so talking. Almost like, again, when you join those local communities or events, you meet people, and sometimes it's to do a shared activity, like tour a local city, engage in some type of art or nature, hike, walk, whatever it is, but you're doing it with others. So there's an element too of getting to know people and talking. So again, you're being reminded, you know, it's okay. Everyone has fallen down at one point in their life. Everyone has gotten wounded, has been hurt. They've experienced that. As long as you remember and align to your values, you're going to also connect with people that also resonate that way. It's simply about being you, because again, the Queen of Coins, which is also Pentacle Earth energy, this is someone who's not afraid to be themselves. Doesn't matter how eccentric they are. They value themselves for who they are, and they take care of that as well. I get for the Capricorns I'm tapping into here, many of you value communication. You may have strong Mercury, I would say strong Mercury placements. You may have strong placements in Mercury ruled placements, perhaps Virgo or Gemini, or even Mercury maybe in one of those signs or in the third house. Okay. So interestingly, at the time of this filming, we are 1 day away from the full moon in Virgo, which is really about releasing and getting focused on what it is that we may need to update in our day-to-day life, in our day-to-day routine. With Capricorn, I'm trying to think where it's happening in your house. I know for Libras, it's in the 12th. And then for Scorpios, it's in the 1st, Sagittarius in the 2nd, 3rd house for Capricorns. So this will be about knowledge, communication, dissemination of learning, teaching. It could be about local travel as well. Some of you may be wanting to learn something new. I feel like there's a need here of community, collectively. Some of you locally may be wanting to engage and learn more about your communities this month. Perhaps join courses, workshops, events, local events, rec center type events, or any type of clubhouse events to get to know other people. There's a strong emphasis here on building with others, whether it's building a marriage, building a friendship, a community. So some of you may be feeling inspired to put yourself out there and talk to new people, especially since the full moon in Virgo is happening in your 3rd house. And I'm using whole sign system for FYI, I should say. And so go out. This also relates to siblings, aunts, uncles, neighbors. Some of you may end up connecting with like-minded folks in your vicinity and creating long-lasting networks. So you may want to get out this week and into this month, and you may surprise yourself and see who you connect with. And maybe people may be closer than you realize. Okay. What other messages does the universe have? These are falling. Usually it takes me forever. We have a 41, which reduces to a 5. Get up. No matter how far we have fallen, we must try again. All is not lost until we get up. Until we give up. This almost seems a little bit counter to your reading, but some of you may have had experiences, negative experiences with people in relationships that have caused you to close off, that perhaps have made you exhausted, tired, defeated, wounded. Maybe you don't want to invest in other people. It's beyond a hermit energy. It's almost like taking a purposeful solitude energy to protect yourself. So this is more of a protective mechanism. Some of you may just simply be exhausted. Perhaps you have experienced people that did not treat you the way that you wanted to. And so you're being encouraged in March to open up a little bit. Again, we have here inspired action. Some of you, it may benefit you to do a little bit of a cleanup and see what it is that you really want to pursue in terms of personal enjoyment, maybe learning. I get a lot of communicating, so talking. Almost like, again, when you join those local communities or events, you meet people, and sometimes it's to do a shared activity, like tour a local city, engage in some type of art or nature, hike, walk, whatever it is, but you're doing it with others. So there's an element too of getting to know people and talking. So again, you're being reminded, you know, it's okay. Everyone has fallen down at one point in their life. Everyone has gotten wounded, has been hurt. They've experienced that. As long as you remember and align to your values, you're going to also connect with people that also resonate that way. It's simply about being you, because again, the Queen of Coins, which is also Pentacle Earth energy, this is someone who's not afraid to be themselves. Doesn't matter how eccentric they are. They value themselves for who they are, and they take care of that as well. I get for the Capricorns I'm tapping into here, many of you value communication. You may have strong Mercury, I would say strong Mercury placements. You may have strong placements in Mercury ruled placements, perhaps Virgo or Gemini, or even Mercury maybe in one of those signs, or in the 3rd house, perhaps a 9. Let's take a look now to see what other messages the universe has for my Capricorns. We got infinite abundance. Abundance is pouring into your life. Again, there's a strong focus. Abundance doesn't have to be financial. It could be in however form, whatever form you define it as. An abundance of food, of connections, family, whatever it is, relationships. But look at all the people here and the community event, exactly like what I was explaining in the picture. For some of you, you may be focused in March and connecting with others and wanting to find like-minded people where you can engage. I feel like many of you that I'm tapping into are speaking, connecting with others is really important, especially in person, not just virtually, even though that could be an element. But look, again, there's a building effect here. Community is important at this time. So some of you may be going back to the drawing board and looking to put yourself out there, kind of similar to dating, depending on what type of relationship you're looking for. But it could also be for friendships. I feel like it's very similar to dating. When you're going to meet new friends, you get to know them, you exchange contact information, and you develop the friendship like that. So again, right now, people, relationships, connections, that may be the type of abundance that you're calling into your life. We see all this fruit too. To me, they look like apples. So again, I feel like you're going to have a lot of opportunities, especially in this coming year and a half with the North Node. Sorry, guys. So I feel like with all these apples, whenever we have apples, to me, it speaks of friendship, especially an abundance of friendship. But you may have a lot of people coming into your life and opportunities, especially in the next year and a half, when we have the nodal points changing into Aries, Libra. So I feel like, again, with Aries, these are about really maintaining your individuality in connections and being who you are in relation to others. So again, there's an element here of authenticity. Okay. We're going to take a look and see what advice now the universe has for you. Wow, this reading is going quickly. Okay. You guys, I don't have to shuffle. This really doesn't happen to me all the time. Usually I'm shuffling and looking and shuffling and waiting. We're going to pull a spirit animal card to see what final messages of advice the universe has for you all. Whatever the case is, I feel like you're being asked to step outside. Literally, step outside. Whether it's in nature and taking yourself, on a new trail, new route, or doing something different. But you're going to meet, I feel like, a lot of folks. You have a lot of signifiers of change here. 5 signifies change numerologically. Then you have Scorpio. So again, there's a shift in your values, and that's calling in a bunch of new folks in your life. I sense a lot of excitement here. Wow, you've got 2. Some of you are seeing 2 too. So your advice, we got the Sun card, Leo energy. Embrace the warmth, embrace the happiness, the sun. Look at this. These are blessings coming in. Beautiful energy here. Once you know your worth, it just makes everything that attracts to you, it's a whole new other dimension to me. That's what it feels like. When you shift in your worth and your value, it completely changes things around you. So again, you're being guided to embrace joy. I could just say these two go together. The more that you experience and that you embrace what brings you happiness and joy, and you also practice on getting gratitude for blessings, you call more of that in. And this is going to be a beautiful, ripe time. I'm getting oranges, a ripe time for you to meet people that are on your same wavelength, on your same frequency. Some of you, if you're not in partnerships, are going to be committing yourself to other people. I'll say, I kind of said that off. You're going to build with other people, especially romantically, for those that are looking for romantic partners. And for others, this to me just signifies a type of stability and commitment and longevity with all of your relationships. Okay, we got some guidance from the archangels. Archangel Bokpi. It is time to fly. Listen to your intuition. There's a lot of emphasis on like getting out there. We have peacock feathers, hummingbird, dove. I don't know what these other birds are. A lot of birds here. But again, to me, this also signifies communication, because birds represent air signs as well. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, but also communication, messages, truth, knowledge. So I feel like many of you are getting that internal guidance. You see all these other birds coming in too. Some of you may get messages when you meet people. You may feel like you've known them, or you may get some type of sign, synchronicity, or message indicating that's the one, like that's a person to invest in or to continue to see. Again, whether it's platonic or not. We got another card. Archangel Rokiel. Enter higher planetary service. Be a blazing light. Some of you may be called to literally step up and be of service to others, to volunteer, to engage in some type of community event that helps others. That's where you may meet more people from your soul group. That's also wherever you light up. So think of interests, activities, passions, causes that are really close to your heart and that are meaningful, because that may also allow you to connect. It's your light. Everyone, it's kind of like turning your light on. You know, Care Bears, when they line up and their lights go out because they're all connected, it's like that. When you meet up with people, for example, maybe you love dogs and you meet up with people that walk dogs, take care of dogs at animal shelters, everyone feels that positive energy because they're all there supporting a cause. Consider exploring your interest in service, in humanity, in different social welfare activities, whatever you're interested in, because you may also find like-minded souls there to build with. I'm getting such a serene, calm energy here with you all. Okay, in terms of self-care, we've got massage, which is 34, reduces to a 7. A lot about touch here. I keep getting something about communication with you all. You know, our body communicates through us in different ways, you know, through energy, through pain, through senses and what we're feeling. So pay attention, because some of you may be getting signs, again, about yourself and about other people through your body. For some of you that are interested in pampering activities like this, some people find it joyful to do communal activities like going to a spa or doing massages. You may unexpectedly meet people, because 7 is a sign of connections, of friendships, relationships, right? Because the 7th house is ruled by Venus, Libra, and so partnerships. So again, this may be an activity you may want to pursue, or you may actually have booked a massage or be called to book some type of self-care activity massage, it could be acupuncture, Reiki, body healing, something along those lines, and you may meet people. It's simply about, again, taking action here. Wherever you're feeling called at this time, follow your intuition, follow the signs. We're going to end this with 2 animal oracles. We got giraffe, visionary, rise above earthly matters, glide through life with grace. You are able to see the right path, stand tall in your self-worth, and love with a big heart. To me, this feels like the universe is rewarding you for those that have really been doing their inner work. It's culminated to this point where you finally realize, wow, I know my value. I know what I'm no longer putting up with, and I know what I desire, especially when it comes to connections. You've leveled up. We also got frog, prosperity. Let go of the past and embrace change. Opportunities are close at hand. Hop into this new day with joy, abundance, and good fortune await you. Holy smokes, look at this. You've got quite a few markers, signs here about abundance and also change. You got the death card. Again, I feel like your value systems have changed completely, which as a result has changed your external reality. And you have 5, which also signifies change. Some of you may want to take a reprieve at this time as you settle in, because I feel energetic upgrades have occurred. But you've got so many cards. Again, your advice card. So many cards here, bringing in abundance, and frogs are a sign of fertility too, and abundance. Doesn't mean you're going to have a lot of babies if that's what you're not looking for, but I feel like it's speaking to the abundance of opportunities. And again, I'm getting connections here, so stay open. Look, we even have multiple animals everywhere. So look, some of you may resonate with frogs, with giraffes, and birds. There's an abundance of them. Many of you are going to be meeting your soul members very, very soon. This is so cool. My Capricorns, I hope this reading has helped. Comment down below. Let me know what's going on. If this has helped in any way, if you feel like you learned something or were inspired or it related to you, let me know. I would love it if you could support me, like this video, give it a thumbs up. I think that's the same thing. Share it. Consider subscribing and joining this community. I'd love to have you here. Otherwise, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you soon.